So this is a new one. I've been working on this character, and the the reason for us meeting here now in this video is I want to show a little bit of what I did for the wings, because the wings are rigged already. I spent the last couple of days developing a little bit on the wing rig and finding ways to automate most of the rigging, and I want to demonstrate here a little bit of the wing rig, and then in a possible other video do a little bit of a breakdown. So let's get started. So you can see this character has got like wings attached to her. They're not part of the of her biology in a way. It's more like a mythical wing dress that she can fly with, but it's not like attached. Like it's not. She wasn't born with it. Let's put it like that. Anyhow. So yeah, the rig is quite straightforward. I can show a little bit of the. Let me just hide these joints for now, so I can show you this. So it gets driven by a couple of joints. They are parented to the arm bones in a specific way, and yeah, so these then drive the surface, which, oh look at that, a little bit of a display bug there. Let's not get irritated by that. That shouldn't be an issue, as clearly the mesh is still functioning. So yeah, so these guys drive this mesh, and then from this mesh I drive the smaller joints, as you've seen here. Let's just check this. Boom. You can see here, it's like the small joints. And currently there's one small joint per primary feather. On the secondary feathers I didn't care too much. I just copied the skinning from this to that, and just softened it out a bit. But it's working quite well already, given that it's really joints only and it's not using too many joints. I'm really just using her arm joint and excuse me. Oh, god damn it, one of those almost sneezes. Alright, yes, it's just the arm joints and like each joint here. And so as you can see, the wing function is quite alright. I'm getting quite nice behavior from it. I made it in a way that the hand does not drive this front bit. The Alula control is separate control. Right, so you can control these feathers separately. And yeah, so this actually works in a way that I can like close the wing. Obviously she can't close it like the birds do, but close enough. I've got a few closed poses. Actually no, I don't have any few closed poses. This is like current poses that I saved with this. Cover body is like one. Right, so she has her arms like on the front, covering like the main body, and as you can see the feathers behave quite nicely. Obviously this pattern is really forgiving, even though they really, as you can see, there's not much problems with feathers intersecting and going through crazy bits. So it's all just rather stable. And yeah, so I've got other pose here, dive pose. So this is basically she like diving in the air, going down. And if I, let's see, gotta reset all of this stuff. Okay, let's just do that one there. And then I suppose doesn't work for this type of body motion, so let's get the arm a bit further back, just like that, mirrored on the other side, and you can see how the feathers behave in this situation. This is going a bit monkey nuts right now, because these controls here, they have different spaces, and I kind of lost the other control. Where the fuck is he? Let me just reset here to neutral plus wing rig. Yeah, so these controls here have like plenty of spaces. So as you can see, for example, this one here has got arm and forearm. So as I said, so 0.5 is actually between these two. And then this point here is set to in between, so it's always positioned between these two guys. So if I move him, you can see that one moves, and if I move him here, you can see that one moves too. And you can see I can put them really close together, and the guy will always remain exactly centered. And same goes for this one and the position here and there. Right, so that one will always remain exactly in the center between these two. And to generate this behavior in code was a little bit of a hassle, especially given the fact that this initial position of this control, of wing D control, is not directly in the center. So I needed to write a script to find between this, so on a line from this control to that control, find me the closest point to a line made by this joint chain, right? Something around there, and then give me the position, like the distance ratio between this point and that point and that point, and then make a point constraint with no offset, using those ratios as weight values to drive a point from here that can then have this control aim to it, and then you get that behavior by default, and it's really nice and stable. Added a bit of attributes to all of this. So let's just go to a flight pause here so we can like see them better. Right. So nice flight pause here. Maybe let's move the controls a bit like that. Right. And now, as you can see here, these controls there have a couple of attributes. Let me just reset those. Right, so now you can see the wing is fairly straight. And before I had bend Y, which is bending the the feathers basically along this axis. Then we have also bend Z, which bends the feathers that way. And then we have bulge, that is for this behavior. Get a nice bulging on the middle. And we have roll. Roll is not really that necessary, because the up vector for each feather gets taken care of by this mesh. But in case you need to offset anything, I've got this roll attribute here, which basically just rolls all the feathers around themselves. Obviously it's going to fuck up a lot up here, so it's best to not use it because it's being taken care of by default anyhow. Then the twist, it might be a little bit more useful because that literally twists the feathers only at the end, so I can do that type of thing. And that's all of these attributes are interpolate between, like this one and that one, interpolate these feathers, this one and that one, interpolate between these. And the interpolation is currently it's just linear. I might set it to something else if I need to, or just have a switcher to like change. But right now it's not really important. I mean, linear works pretty well, and it's yeah, I guess that's fine. Then on this control here I have an attribute which is called Flutter. And it's basically to resemble a little bit of strong winds happening on the feathers. So let me just grab all these guys here, mirror over. Alright, so we got the mirror again, and now if I select these ones and turn on Flutter strength, you can see the feathers slightly move. And then with Flutter time I can do that little bit of wiggling on the feathers. And obviously it doesn't seem to look very natural with the bulge happening, so let me just go to something like flag pose A here, because that's a little bit more of a speed flying pose. But if I do now, that should look a lot better. Yeah, see, can get like nice illusion of really strong air applying force on these feathers. And obviously further on in the future, when I've done like the whole rig, ideally all feathers have that. So these ones, those ones, the ones at the back here, and maybe even her hair. Right, her hair isn't really rigged right now, it's just copied skin from the body, really cheap. So let's go back to control pose plus wing rig. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for this little demonstration of my current wing rig. Next thing I will be doing is rigging these feathers here for her legs, like the so-called tail feathers. And then maybe also the I think after that I will be rigging these skirt feathers and these feathers here at the back. Currently these feathers at the back are really just copy skin from the body to the feathers, but I mean, especially here at the back, it's working quite alright already. There's a little bug with anything that has a transparency channel on, it displays wireframes completely through. Interesting. Yeah, alright. So let's just not view that like that. But obviously, you know, it's not gonna be, it's like if I do this, you will see like the gap here, and ideally I'd want this to just wrap around with the wing. So it's like a nice temporary solution, but I'd want something more dedicated for this bit as well here. Yeah, I guess in the breakdown video, which would be, I guess, longer, I will like explain more in detail how I did all of these things, what I did in the code, what I did manually. Basically, I guess like 99% of everything here happens in the code, or more like 97%, because there's a little bit of manual labor involved after the the rig building is done, but not much. Literally more like skinning it once, and then that's it. But yeah, that's it for this little wing rigging demo. And yeah, so if you want to see more on this, let me know, and I will put up a longer version for a full rig breakdown on how I did things and shit. Alright, so hit me up there, and see you next time.